Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to midweek. Actually, hope you guys had a nice Labor Day weekend. Um, I'm going to do a quick presentation, and I'm going to talk about uh, what I might be or anticipating doing in about 2 or 3 weeks, and establishing an open room for some live trade. Just guys get a better idea of what kind of goes with the analysis that I've been giving you guys for the last 2 or 3 months. Quickly, just take a look at today's action. And, the last time I was on was about a little over a week ago, and we were still in here. We were kind of in between the MAs. We had made a so-called low bottom, which is a little more obvious now. And we were just kind of turning up looking for direction, and we were kind of struggling up in here around 43.50, 43.40 area. And you can just see that basically the news or what came out that day, and I think that was, uh, I think unemployment or jobless claims came in less than expected or something to that nature that turned out to be a positive for the markets, at least in a short term. I mean, but this is a pretty massive run up, and this is how it's been. This is how this new market has been. They're taking the news and they're jumping all over it, which is actually quite surprising because when you think about it, I mean, it's pretty much what the Fed's been trying to do for over a year now with raising these rates. So I think the whole conversation about rate hikes are just hyped. There's probably some very few left, which is fine. I think in the end, we're just going to have to see how this plays out once they do completely stop rate hikes and things actually slow down. Where will the economy be then? But for now, you basically took this market, which was kind of looking for a direction, and they exploded. And now they're all the way back up here above 4,500. And today was an interesting session. In fact, you kind of based on this run up. I mean, you just once again, I talk about this all the time, how we have these massive run ups and then we just meander because where to now? What is a catalyst to take us higher to the highs, or what's a catalyst that's going to roll us through back down to here? So, there's a 200-point move up to these highs. And, we could see a little price action, maybe. I don't know. We're going to have to watch. And now you're above all the moving averages. So these ones where your resistance levels are now becoming your support levels. You're just going to have to pay attention to it. And that was kind of how I looked at today. I was a little busy, so I ran orders kind of farther away. I was looking for something for closer to what, actually where we kind of settled, but we never got there. I was looking for that MA, which was around 98 to 96, somewhere in that ballpark. And that's where I had a couple of a scale order to take a shot at it. And, early in the morning, it kind of looked like it was going to get there. And it basically did not. It stopped at about oh 02 and it was all shooting, and then they kind of ran up. It was an inside day. There wasn't a whole lot of movement. In fact, couldn't even get to which was the pivot, which was almost settlement. They couldn't even get there. And they rolled back down and then they came back down and they kept holding, which at the time was S2, was oh 06. So, like I said, it's really about 4,500. Will we hold 4,500? So, I didn't get it early. I didn't trade today. I didn't make a trade. I just didn't get what I wanted, and I just stayed away from it. So, and sometimes you just got to make those decisions as a trader. In fact, this one played out a lot better than the ES did at the time. Obviously, they rolled in the afternoon, but the Dow actually held this MA at 34,770 and gave you a nice little bounce. And you can see the Nasdaq once again just beating to his own drummer as usual, as the S&P. These two seem to be following suit. So, well, let's see how this plays out tomorrow. You can see already they're sitting at this MA. So, it's what are we gonna get? How are we gonna be able to push this thing higher up, back over 4,500 and push higher? I don't know. I don't know if this thing is capable of taking out the contract highs, but once again, who knows? This thing is nobody expected it to get up this high, and here we are. So all you can do is trade what's in front of us and pay attention, see if this thing starts to roll over once again. another 3 or 4 power trading sessions to the upside. It seems like every time we've gotten one of those, we've gotten some type of topping process. So want to kind of pay close attention to what we do up here around 4,500, how well we hold it. You can see, hold it. You can see the MAs there, and the next one comes all the way down to 44.80. So, I've been watching for anything like that, and I would have to say probably all the way down here to 44.50 will be the moment of truth because this is where they broke out. So I would think that if they stretch, this would be an area they'd want to hold if they're going to go back higher. Otherwise, it is what it is. You're just going to have to see how it plays those areas. So this has been today's session, and this is kind of how we're at now. So we basically went from corrective trade back into this bull trend, and now we're trying to hold it. So pay attention to it. Obviously, the opportunities are to the upside. If you can get them, some good locations or confirmation. That being said, probably about 2 or 3 weeks. I'm trying targeting 2 weeks. I'm going to take my trade live. So if there's something that might interest any of you traders, please leave me an email. I'm going to make a list of who is interested in order to establish the proper room setting. So if in fact this is something you want to get involved with, reach out to me in either one of the locations where my videos are being displayed, YouTube or Twitter, and just pop something in there in the comment section and we'll take it from there. Outside of that, that's pretty much the extent of today's action. We'll see what happens as the week progresses. Guys, trade well, be patient. Take care.